Okay, welcome back. Welcome to a new class, to class number 160. Wow. When we finish this class, we will have only 35 classes left. Not bad. Class 160. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No me lo puedo creer. I can't believe it. When we started this 6 months ago or whenever, cuando fuera, whenever, I didn't think, wow, I said, oh, 195 classes, my God, I'm going to die, all right? But I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Vivo y coleando. Decimos en inglés alive and kicking, porque el bebé cuando sale de la matriz está dando pataditas. O sea, we say vivo y dando patadas. You say vivo y coleando como un pez, no sé por qué, all right? But we say alive and kicking. And I'm still alive and kicking, ready to help you learn English. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit tired today, but I have to pretend, fingir. Sí, no es pretender, en inglés es fingir. No es pretender. I have to pretend that I'm not tired, okay? So help me in this class today. Said mis cómplices, all right? And we will move forward, progressing with class number 160, camera number 1. Okay, every day I eat paella. Yesterday I ate paella. No. Ask me how often I eat paella. Richard, how often do you eat paella? I eat paella once or twice a month. Ask me how often I eat black paella. Yeah. Richard, how often do you eat black paella? About 3 or 4 times a year. I like it. Yeah. I like it very much. And ask me how often I eat watermelon. Richard, how often do you eat watermelon? Not very often, but I like watermelon. But I put salt on watermelon. Oh, people look at me and say, are you putting salt on the watermelon? Sal en la sandía? Yeah, why? It's all horrible. No, it's not. Try it. It's good. Try watermelon with salt. Do you like melón con jamón? It's the same. The ham is salty and mixed with the melón. It's different. It's a contrast of interesting, it's an interesting flavor. When you have a melon and ham, Spanish ham, it's an interesting flavor. It's an interesting taste. And when you put salt on the watermelon, it's similar. It's an interesting tart taste, okay? Which I personally like. I prefer watermelon with salt than without salt. I like both, but I always put some salt on the watermelon. I ate watermelon last week. I ate 2 scrambled eggs last night for dinner. I said, well, my wife said, oh, what do you want for dinner? And I said, oh, I don't know. I'm not hungry now. I'll make something later for myself. And so I went to the kitchen around 10:30 and I made a French omelet. Yeah, 2 eggs. Yeah, I made a French omelet. Well, and it was good. It was good. And I also ate tuna, and I ate a bowl of cereal. I ate a bowl of cereal with milk. I ate. El pasado del verbo to eat suena a 8. Comí 8 manzanas. I ate 8 apples. I ate 8 oranges. I ate 8 pieces of fruit. I ate 8 watermelons, etc. Now, the past tense of to drink is drank. I drank wine for lunch yesterday. I drank water for dinner last night. I drank a coffee this morning before going to work. And I drank a coffee earlier today after lunch. I drank a coffee. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I don't drink much coffee. Se pueden decir los dos. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I don't drink much coffee. All right? But I drink usually 2 coffees a day. One for breakfast and one just after lunch. To eat and to drink. I eat every day. I ate yesterday. I drink every day. I drank. A, B, C. I drank yesterday. And finally, to spend. What do you spend your money on? Yes. What do you spend your money on? What did Napoleon spend his money on? Well, he spent his money on war, trying to conquer Europe. He spent his money on military adventures. And what did Charles I of Spain, what did he spend his money on? What did he spend his money on? Well, his money, no. What did he spend the Spanish people's money on? The same thing. He spent money on protecting the Catholic Church against the Reformation of Martin Luther. He was the defender of the Pope and of the Catholic religion, because at the same time Charles I was the King of Spain, he was also the Holy Roman Emperor, Sacro Imperio Romano, the Sacro Imperio Romano, okay? And so he was the Holy Roman Emperor, and so Charles V, and he needed to defend the Roman Catholic faith. And he spent his money on defending that. Yeah, he spent his money on military adventures, similar to Napoleon, but for different reasons, okay? Napoleon was not a defender of the Catholic faith. He was basically, or he said, he was a defender of the ideals of the French Revolution, liberty, fraternity, yes, etc. Okay? But to spend money on, and the current government in Spain, what is the government spending money on? Well, the government is spending money on pensions, it's spending money on health care. Health care es la palabra en inglés para asistencia sanitaria. Health es salud, care es cuidados de la salud. Health care. So the government is spending money on pensions, on health care, on transportation, on protection, on unemployment compensation. The government is spending money on a lot of different things. The government is spending money on military. The government is spending money on missions abroad, misiones en el extranjero. The government is spending a lot of money on education. Whether the government is spending money on education in a good way or in a bad way is a different question for a different debate. But the government is spending a lot of money on education. The government is spending a lot of money on justice, the judicial system. The government is spending a lot of money on many, many different things. All right? And do you spend a lot of money on education? Do you spend a lot of money on personal protection? Do you spend a lot of money on food? Do you spend a lot of money on entertainment? Do you spend a lot of money on clothes? Do you spend a lot of money on personal care? Do you spend a lot of money on your health? Do you spend a lot of money? Who knows? All right. I'll see you in a few minutes to continue.
Hello there, and you're very welcome. So Fitz, my name is Fitz. We're going to review your last class, and Esther, who is also welcome, is going to help us. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Fitz. How are you?
Very well. How's everything?
Everything's all right.
Okay. Are you ready to help us again?
Yes, I am.
Very good. Okay. Empezamos con dos verbos, the verb to eat and the verb to drink. Okay. So, Esther, every day I eat. Yesterday?
Yesterday I ate.
And every day I drink. Yesterday?
Yesterday I drank.
Very good. Yesterday I drank. Drank. Yesterday I drank.
Yesterday I drank.
Very good, very good. Yesterday I drank a beer. Today?
Today I drink a beer.
Okay. Yesterday I ate chicken. Today?
Today I ate chicken.
Today? Or
Every
every day? Every day? Every day I eat.
Chicken.
So yesterday I ate chicken. Every day I eat
chicken.
Chicken. Okay. Did you drink some coffee last week?
No, I didn't drink any coffee last week.
Okay. Did you drink any coffee last year?
No, I didn't drink any coffee last year.
Do you ever drink coffee?
No, I never drink coffee.
Okay, she never drinks coffee. Ask me if I drink coffee, if I drink a lot of coffee.
Do you drink a lot of coffee?
Yes, I do. Ask me if I drink too much coffee.
Do you drink too much coffee?
Yes, I do. Ask me if I drank too much coffee last year?
Did you drink too much coffee last year?
Muy bien, muy bien. Ask me if I drank too much coffee last year. Did you drink? Did you drink too much coffee last year? Yes, I drank too much coffee last year. Do you eat oranges every Tuesday?
Yes, I eat oranges every Tuesday.
Did you eat oranges last Tuesday?
Yes, I ate oranges last Tuesday.
Muy bien. She ate oranges last Tuesday. Ask me if I eat too much.
Do you eat too much?
Yes, I do. Ask me if I ate too much last year.
Did you eat too much last year?
Yes, I did. Ask me if I eat too much Spanish food.
Do you eat too much Spanish food?
Yes, I do. Ask me why I eat too much Spanish food.
Why do you eat too much Spanish food?
I eat too much Spanish food because it's very good. Ask me if I ate too much Spanish food last year.
Did you eat too much Spanish food last year?
Yes, I ate too much Spanish food last year. Ask me if I drink Spanish beer.
Do you drink Spanish beer?
Yes, I do. Ask me if I drank Spanish beer last year.
Did you drink Spanish beer last year?
Very good, Esther. Ask me if I drank Spanish beer last year. Did you drink Spanish beer last year? Yes, I did. Yes, I drank Spanish beer last year. Ask me if I drink a lot of Coca-Cola.
Do you drink a lot of Coca-Cola?
Yes, I do. Ask me if I drank a lot of Coca-Cola last year.
Did you drink a lot of Coca-Cola last year?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Are you ready for some more practice?
Yes, I am.
Now, we're going to practice with the verb to spend. To spend money. ¿Cómo se dice eso en español? To spend.
Gastar.
Okay. To spend money. Ask me if my friends spend a lot of money every day.
Do your friends spend a lot of money every day?
Very good. Do they spend a lot of money every day? Yes, they do. Ask me if they spent a lot of money last year.
Did they spend a lot of money last year?
Yes, they did. Esther, do you spend a lot of money on shoes?
No, I don't spend a lot of money on shoes.
Very good. And last year?
Last year, I spent a lot of money on shoes.
On shoes. Okay, so she spent a lot of money last year. Now, she doesn't spend much money on shoes. Okay? Do you spend much money on shoes? Okay. Ask me if my sisters spend a lot of money on their children.
Does your sister...
Plural, sisters.
Yeah, it's true. Do your sister spend a lot of money?
Do your sisters spend?
Do your sisters spend a lot of money on their children?
Yes, they do. Do your sisters spend a lot of money on their children? Yes, they spend a lot of money on their children. And last week?
Did your sisters spend a lot of money on their children?
Very good. On their children?
On their children?
On their children. Esther. Okay, Esther,
yes.
Esther. Did your sisters spend a lot of money on their children last year? Yes, they spent. They spent a lot of money on their children last year. Okay. Esther, do you spend a lot of money on gadgets? ¿Qué significa gadgets?
Uf, los artilugios de los teléfonos móviles y los iPods y los iPhones. Y...
Okay. Chismes? ¿Puedes decir chismes?
Chismes, sí.
Okay.
Sí.
Do you spend a lot of money on gadgets?
No, I don't.
And last year?
No, I didn't spend a lot of money on gadgets.
Okay, ask me if I spend a lot of money on gadgets.
Do you spend a lot of money on gadgets?
No, I don't spend a lot of money on gadgets. Ask me if I spent a lot of money on gadgets last year.
Did you spend a lot of money on gadgets last year?
No, I didn't. Did you spend a lot of money on gadgets? Now, spend time on your English. And we'll see you very soon, and thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Ask me, otra vez. Ask me if Maria shouted at me during the break. Richard, did Maria shout at you? 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 Did Maria shout at you during the break? Yes, she did. Ask me what she shouted at me about. Well, ask me why she shouted at me. Why did Maria shout at you? Shout at you. Shout at you. Tattoo. Suena tatuaje, ¿no? Tattoo. 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 Why did she shout at you, Richard? She shouted at me because, again, I took too much time to change the camera one. So I think we need to change the camera one, because otherwise, if we don't change the camera one soon, she will shout at me after this segment. And I don't want Maria to shout at me anymore. I'm tired of her shouting at me, so let's change the camera one, please. Okay. Now, ask me if my wife shouted at me last night. Did your wife shout at you last night? No, she didn't. Ask me if anybody shouted at me yesterday. Did anybody shout at you yesterday? No, I don't think so. Nobody shouted at me yesterday. Ask me when the last time was somebody shouted at me. Well, Richard, when was the last time somebody shouted at you? Well, except for Maria a few minutes ago, the last time somebody shouted at me was maybe 35 or 40 years ago. Yeah. Mi entrenador de atletismo. Yeah. Yeah, my track and field coach shouted at me all the time. He shouted at me. But no, people don't shout at me, okay? I'm lucky, maybe. Okay, to shout. Now, ask me if my wife ate anything strange yesterday. Richard, did your wife eat anything strange yesterday? Yes, she did. She ate something strange for dinner. Ask me what she ate. Well, what did she eat? She ate chocolate ants. She ate what? Chocolate ants. Perdona, es que no te entiendo. Chocolate ants. Hormigas de chocolate. Ah, chocolate ants? Yeah, it's very good. Have you tried chocolate ants? En inglés, chocolate se pronuncia chocolate. Dos sílabas. Chocolate. 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 No chocolate. Okay? Chocolate. So my wife ate chocolate ants last night for dinner. Do you eat chocolate ants very often? You don't? Did you eat chocolate ants last year? No? Okay. So yes, my wife ate something strange last night. Ask me if she drank anything strange last night. Did your wife drink anything strange last night? Yes, she did. Ask me what? What did she drink? She drank mango juice. Zumo de mango. Yeah, mango juice. Oh, that's not strange. For me, it's strange. To eat chocolate ants and drink mango juice for dinner is not very common. When was the last time you ate chocolate ants and drank mango juice for dinner? Never. Okay, so it's strange. Ask me if I ate anything strange yesterday. Did you eat anything strange yesterday? Well, do you consider garlic chicken strange? ¿Qué es garlic? How do you say garlic in Spanish? Ajo o alejillo. Ah, pollo al ajillo. No, I don't consider garlic chicken strange. So, I didn't eat anything strange yesterday. Ask me if my wife cried yesterday. Did your wife cry yesterday? As far as I know, she didn't cry. But you never know. Women cry spontaneously sometimes for reasons that men don't understand. Okay? And women simply start crying. Sometimes women cry when they're happy, really, really happy, and they start crying. And of course, they cry when they're very sad too. Sometimes they cry when they are ecstatic with pleasure, and they cry. Some women, not many, but some. So it's strange. So I don't know if my wife cried yesterday or not. Ask me if I cried yesterday. Did you cry yesterday? No, I didn't cry yesterday. Ask me when the last time was I cried. Cried. When was the last time you cried? 2 years ago was the last time I cried. Ask me where I was when I cried. Or where were you when you cried? I was in Texas. I wasn't in Spain. I was in Texas when I cried. I lost a member of my family. Okay? So the last time I cried was about 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. Almost exactly. Okay, no. 1 year and 10 months ago. Okay, to cry. Okay, to eat, ate. Cry, cried. And ask me when the last time was I laughed. Richard, when was the last time you laughed? The last time I laughed was during the break with Maria. She shouted at me, and I started laughing. She looked at me. Her eyes get. You need to change more quickly. How many times have I told you to change in the first minute to camera one? And I said, come on, Maria, don't. Come on, Maria. I started laughing, and she got even angrier. Okay? I was feeding the fire, alimentando el fuego. And she was very angry, and she was shouting at me. Yeah, and I was laughing. Asked me if I laughed at her during the break. Did you laugh at her? Well, to a certain extent, yes, I laughed at her. Laughed at her. Laughed at her. Tatter, 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 laughed at her. Laughed at her. Laughed at her. La letra que más suena en me reí de ella es curiosamente una letra que no existe en la frase. Laughed termina con la letra D. Laughed. Pero tiene sonido de T. Y es ese sonido de T el sonido que fonéticamente manda en esta frase. Laughed at her, tatter, laughed at her, laughed at her. I laughed at her. She laughed at me, and I laughed at her. She laughed at me, and I laughed at her. Okay? We laughed at each other. Nos reímos el uno del otro. We laughed at each other. We laughed at each other. All right? We laughed at each other. She laughed at me. She laughed at me. She laughed at me, and I laughed at her. We laughed at each other. She pointed at me. I pointed at her. We pointed at each other. All right? She looked at me. I looked at her. We looked at each other. De nuevo con looked. Ese sonido de T. All right. Our sponsors have something to say, but I'll be back. Okay, I got up this morning at 20 minutes to 6. I got up. I get up every day at 20 minutes to 6, and I got up today at 20 minutes to 6. My wife gets up every day at 7:30, and this morning, in effect, she got up. She got up at 7:30. I got up at 20 to 6, and she got up at 7:30. Usually I get up at 20 to 6, and she gets up at 7:30. Last night I went to bed at 11:30, and she went to bed at 11:32. I go to bed at 11:30 every night, and she goes to bed at 11:30 every night too. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello, my name's David Waddell, and today we are going to look at the past simple in the interrogative. So did you, did he, did they, did we? And with me today is Jaime. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Are you prepared to say did with a very strong D sound today?
I think so.
Good, let's see. Okay, the verbs we're going to look at are to eat, yeah, comer, to drink, to get up, to go to bed, to shout, to whisper, to make, to laugh, and to cry. They are all verbs that you know. So let's see. Ask me, first of all in casa, ask me if my boss shouted at me yesterday. Ask me if my boss shouted at me yesterday. A ver, in casa. Did your boss shout at you yesterday? Very good, okay. Ask me if my boss shouted at me yesterday. Jaime.
Did your boss shout
at you
yesterday?
Okay, did your boss shout at you yesterday? Repeat.
Did your boss shout at you yesterday?
Did your boss, your, Did your boss shout at you yesterday?
Did your
Not
boss,
your, no, your. Did your boss?
did your boss shout at you yesterday?
Okay, very good. So, in casa, ask me if I drank the whiskey. Ask me if I drank the whiskey. Very good. Ask me if I drank the whiskey. Jaime?
Did you drink the whiskey?
Okay, because it's a verbal básico. Después de did you drink? Did you drink? Not did you drank. Did you drink the whiskey? Repeat.
Did you drink the whiskey?
Okay, has dicho, creo, did you drink the whiskey?
Did you drink the whiskey
Okay,
yesterday?
repeat.
Did you drink? Did you drink the whiskey?
Okay, otra vez. Did you drink the whiskey?
Did you drink the whiskey yesterday?
Much better, mucho mejor. Very good. So remember, the sound of the D is with the tongue up. Okay, did, not did. Did. Next one. Ask me if I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, Jaime. Ask me if I got up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Did you get up at 6 o'clock this morning?
Okay, repeat. Very good.
Did you get up at 6 o'clock this morning?
Very good. Okay, in casa. Ask me if I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. Ask me if I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. Good. Did you get up at 6 o'clock this morning? Did you get up at 6 o'clock this morning? Next one. Ask me if I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning last night. 1 o'clock, madrugada, yeah? Ask me if I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Did you go to bed at 5 o'clock? No.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Repeat.
Did you go to bed at 1 o'clock?
Very good. Go to bed, not go to the bed. Did you go to bed at 1 o'clock? Did you go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning? Very good. Next one. Ask me, in casa this time, in casa. Ask me if I whispered the answer. Now whisper. What's whisper in Spanish?
Susurrar.
Susurrar. Muy bien. So ask me if I whispered the answer. Very good. Ask me if I whispered the answer. Answer, not answer, answer. Ask me if I whispered the answer.
Did you whisper the answer?
Very good. Did you whisper the answer? Did you whisper the answer? One more time.
Did you whisper the answer?
Good. The answer. Con
The
TH.
answer.
Yeah?
Did you whisper the answer?
Very good. Okay. In casa, one more time. Ask me if I whispered the answer. Did you whisper the answer? Did you whisper the answer? Okay. Ask me if I made the bed.
Did you make the bed?
Very good. Did you make the bed?
Did you make the bed?
The bed.
The bed?
Bed.
Bed?
Okay, muy bien. Otra vez.
Did you make the bed?
Make the bed.
Make the bed?
Okay. Bed es como b. Es un sonido explosivo. B. Bed. Bed. Not bed. Bed no entendemos. Bed. Bed. So in casa, ask me if I made the bed. Did you make the bed? Did you make the bed? Bed. Bed. You see? Bed. No decimos bed. Bed. Did you make the bed? Another one. Ask me if I laughed at your joke.
Did you laugh at my joke?
Okay, how do we pronounce
Did you laugh at my joke?
Laugh. Con
Laugh.
F. Laugh.
Did you laugh at my joke?
Good. Did you laugh at my joke? Did you laugh at my joke? In casa, ask me if I laughed at your joke. Very good. Did you laugh at my joke? Did you laugh at my joke? Now, the next question. Ask me if I cried when Chanquete died. Ask me if I cried when Chanquete died.
Did you cry when Chanquete died?
Repeat.
Did you cry when Chanquete died?
Died, dos des ahí, died. Did you cry when Chanquete died? One more time.
Did you cry when Chanquete died?
Chanquete died.
Died.
Okay. Yes, I did. Of course I did. Everybody did, except you, I think.
Yes.
Okay, in casa, ask me if I cried when Chanquete died. Very good. Did you cry when Chanquete died? Next one. Ask me if I ate the cake that you made me.
Did you eat?
Verbo básico.
Did you eat?
Okay.
Did you eat the
cake.
The cake
La tarta.
that I have done?
That I made.
That I made.
Did you make the cake? Did you eat the cake that I made? Repeat.
Did you eat the cake that I made?
Very good. Okay. In casa, ask me if I ate the cake that you made. Did you eat the cake that I made? Did you eat the cake that I made? Did you eat the cake that I made? Que lío, no? Okay, the next one. Ask me if they drank the wine.
Did they drink the wine?
Okay, did they drink the wine?
Did they drink the wine?
Very good. The wine.
The wine.
One more time.
Did they?
No, did.
Did they drink the wine?
Very good. Ahora un poco más rápido. Venga.
Did they drink the wine?
Un poco más rápido.
Did they drink the wine?
Did they? Did they drink the wine?
Did they drink the wine?
Okay, más o menos. Okay, ask me in casa, did they drink the wine? Ask me if they drank the wine. Did they drink the wine? Did they drink the wine? Unfortunately, we have no more time. We have to go. But thank you very much, Jaime. And practice at home the sound of the D. Did. Goodbye.
Okay, translation list number 58. Translation list. These lists are excellent. You must study them. Y yo digo must aquí, no have to. Si yo digo you have to study them, es casi obligándoos, a punto de pistola, a lo mejor. You must es implorando. Os insto encarecidamente a estudiar estas listas, porque son potentísimas. He conocido a más de una persona que con estas listas les ha cambiado su inglés. Yo recuerdo una mujer que vino a Vaughan Radio, a nuestra radio, a mi programa, y de forma muy gentil, o lo más gentil posible, la eché. Le dije, mamen, que no puedes seguir, no puedes venir, es que no tienes el nivel. Y muy compungida se fue. Un año, no más de un año más tarde, aparece otra vez allí y le dijo, ¿dónde has estado? Es que hablas inglés muy bien. ¿Has vivido fuera? ¿Has estado en Reino Unido todo el año? ¿O qué? Dice, no. He seguido tu consejo. ¿Qué consejo ha sido eso? Las listas. He dedicado X tiempo al día a las listas de una forma religiosa. Y el cambio fue dramático. Okay. These lists, en voz alta, diciendo las frases en inglés, no necesitas hacer la traducción si no quieres, simplemente hasta memorizando las frases y repitiéndolas. Boom, 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 hacen milagros. Ok, camera one. ¿Ella me conoce? Does she know me? Does she know me? Does she know me? ¿Por qué me conoce? Why does she know me? ¿Trabaja en la misma empresa que tú? Does she work? Does she work? Does she work in the same company as you? Or as you do? Se puede añadir do al final. Does she work in the same company as you do? Lo importante aquí es does she, la pronunciación, y luego the same company as. Recordad, con the same se dice as, nunca that y nunca than. She works in the same company as you. Does she work in the same company as you? Conduce? Does she drive? 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 ¿Tiene mucho dinero? Does she have an... Ay, se me traba la lengua. Does she have a lot of money? Does she have a lot of money? Does she have a lot of money? Is she rich? Is she? Curioso. Cuando es she, la S de is y la S de does desaparecen. Is she rich? Does she have a lot of money? ¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo? Why does she come here? Why does she come here? Tan a menudo, ¿cómo se dice? So often. Why does she come here so often? La palabra often, a menudo, frecuentemente, se puede pronunciar often o bien often. I think perhaps 30% of the English-speaking population says often, and 70% says often. Often. Si le añades una S delante de often, tienes suavizar como suavizante. Y ahí la T es muda, soften. ¿Con qué frecuencia suavizas la ropa? How often do you soften the clothes? Okay. No se dice soften, así que no se debería decir tampoco often. Often. ¿Por qué viene aquí ella tan a menudo? Why does she come here so often? Why does she come here so often? ¿Le gustas? A ver, traducirme esto. ¿Le gustas? No, al revés. Eso. Does she like you? Does she like you? O sea, literalmente ella te aprecia, ella te valora. ¿Tú le gustas? Does she like you? Does she like you? Es que en español dices, ella te ama o te quiere. Does she love you? Pues con like el tratamiento es igual que love. Does she like you? Does she love you? Recordad esto. Cuando queréis decir, me gustan las patatas, es mejor pensar, yo amo las patatas. I like, or I love potatoes. Me encantan las patatas. I love potatoes, I like potatoes. So, ¿le gustas tú? Does she like you? ¿Te gusta ella? Do you like her? It's confusing. And it's confusing for me in Spanish. Just think in the opposite direction. Porque en inglés, digo en español, gustar, el objeto obra sobre ti. Esta taza me gusta. El que está obrando es la taza sobre mí. Me está influyendo sobre mí en persona. Entonces es la taza quien manda aquí. Gustándome. Okay. En inglés es al revés. Yo arrojo o yo lanzo mis sentimientos sobre la taza. Yo aprecio, yo valoro, yo amo esta taza. I like this cup. O sea, que me gusta la taza. Not really, but it's okay. If you would like a cup, would you like a cup like this one? I'll give it to you for free at the end of the program, okay? All right, ¿te gusta ella? Do you like her? ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves? How often do you see her? How often do you see her? ¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana? Where do you take her? Where do you take her on the weekends? Where do you take her on the weekends? Do you take her to Venice? Do you take her to Paris? Do you take her to Saint-Tropez? Do you take her to Marbella? Do you take her to Barbados in the Caribbean? Do you take her to Ibiza? Where do you take her on the weekends? Or do you take her to Guadalajara, to Cuellar, or to Tarancón? Where do you take her? All right. ¿Le gusta a ella ir a la playa? Does she like to go to the beach? Does she like to go to the beach? Does she like going? También nos vale el gerundio. Does she like going to the beach? ¿Te vas a casar con ella? Traducídmelo, por favor. ¿Te vas a casar con ella? No. No. Tampoco. A ver. No. ¿Te vas a casar con ella? Escuchad. Are you going to marry her? Are you going to marry her? Are you going to marry her? Olvida get married. To marry. Cásate conmigo. Marry me. Marry me. I'll make you happy. Marry me. Nosotros nos casamos ayer. We got married yesterday. Yo me casé con ella y ella se casó conmigo. I married her and she married me. We got married. Cuando hay complemento directo, no se dice get. ¿Te vas a casar con ella? Are you going to marry her? ¿A dónde vas a llevarla este fin de semana? Where are you going to take her this weekend? Que sea un sitio bonito. Take her somewhere nice. See you in a few minutes to close the program.
everyone. I'm Natasha, your teacher, and today I'm here with Pilar. Pilar, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm great, okay? Did you study a lot?
Yes, a lot.
Did you study the vocabulary, the translation list, everything?
Yes.
Very good, very
I
good.
did
I'm
it.
very happy. Okay, at home. Como ya sabéis, vamos a repasar primero, antes de hacer la lista de traducción, vamos a hacer el vocabulario, ¿ok? Vamos a repasar el vocabulario de hoy, las 5 palabras, ¿ok? Muy importante, hay que decir todo en voz alta, no solo el vocabulario, sino que después las listas de traducción también, ¿ok? Let's start. The first word is andar. How do we say this? Very good. To walk. To walk. Como realmente si fuera una O, no una A. Walk. Okay? One more time. Very good. Pilar?
To walk.
Very good. Y la L muda, como si no existiese. Okay? To walk. Very good. Okay, the next word is hasta. How do we say this? Very good. Until. Until. One more time. Very good. Pilar, your turn.
Until.
Very good. Okay, the next word is madera. How do we say this? Madera. Very good. Wood. Wood. One more time. Very good. Wood. Pilar?
Wood.
Very good. One more time.
Wood.
Very good. Wood. Okay. The next word is ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? What's the matter? What's the matter? Okay, let's get Pilar to repeat this.
What's the matter?
Very good. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Okay. And the next word is escribir. How do we say this? Very good. To write. To write. Okay. Lo mismo que derecha. Okay. To write. Repeat. Very, very good. Pilar, can you say this last word?
To write.
Very, very good. I'm very happy with the pronunciation of these 5 words. Okay. I can tell you've studied. Yes, I can tell. Que lo noto. I can
okay.
tell you've studied, okay? Lo noto. Okay, let's start with the translation list of the day, okay? I'm going to say the sentence in Spanish, and you and Pilar have to say it in English, okay? All right, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, the first one. ¿Por qué me conoce? Ella. Why?
Why does she meet?
No. Why does she know me? Meet es cuando conoces a alguien por primera vez, ¿ok?
Okay.
Pero si ella ya te conoce, vamos a usar el verbo know.
Okay. Why does she know me?
Very good. Why does she know me? Why does she know me? Very good. The next one is for you at home, ¿ok? ¿Trabaja en la misma empresa que tú? ¿Trabaja en la misma empresa que tú? Very good. Does she work in the same company as you? Does she work in the same company as you? Cuidado con la pronunciación de company, ¿ok? Como si fuera una A, no una O. Does she work in the same company as you? Pilar, you ready?
Yes.
Conduce.
Does he drive?
She.
Does she drive?
Very good. Does she drive? Does she drive? Very good. The next one is for you as well, Pilar, ¿ok? ¿Por qué viene aquí tan... No, perdón. ¿Tiene mucho dinero?
Does he have... Or she?
Sí, estamos hablando de la misma persona.
Okay. Does she have a lot of money?
Very good. Does she have a lot of money? O, en vez de a lot of, ¿qué podríamos usar aquí también?
Much money?
Very good. So repeat.
Does she have much money?
Very good, okay? Does she have much money or does she have a lot of money? Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? ¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo? ¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo? Very good. Why does she come here so often? Why does she come here so often? Tan a menudo, so often. Pilar, can you repeat this sentence?
Yes. Why can't she...
Why does she?
Why does she come here so often?
Very good. Okay, the next one, okay? ¿Le gustas?
You like her?
No, al revés.
Does she like you?
Very good. Acordaros que es muy difícil porque en inglés es al revés realmente, ¿ok? Entonces, does she like you? Okay. Does she like you? So repeat again, Pilar.
Does she like you?
Very good. Y al revés, ¿te gusta ella?
Do you like her?
Very good. Do you like her? Okay, es al revés que en español, okay? Do you like her? Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves? ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves? Very good. How often do you see her? How often do you see her? Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. ¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana?
Where does she?
No, ¿a dónde la llevas tú los fines de
Where
semana?
do you take her on weekends?
Very good. One more time.
Where do you take her on weekends?
On the weekends
On the weekends?
or at the weekends, okay?
Okay.
Cualquiera de las dos preposiciones, okay? So one more time.
Where do you take her on the weekends?
Very good. The next one is for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
¿Le gusta a ella ir a la playa?
Does she like to go to the beach?
Muy bien. Does she like to go to the beach? Ahora, otra forma de poner el verbo, to go, después del like. Does she like
Going.
going, okay? Las dos formas son totalmente correctas, okay?
Okay.
So repeat again with ing.
Does she like going to the beach
Very
on the
good.
weekends?
No, on the weekends no, pero bueno.
Ah, bueno.
The next one is for you, okay? ¿Vas a casarte con ella? ¿Vas a casarte con ella? Very good. Are you going to marry her? Are you going to marry her? Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. ¿A dónde vas a llevarla este fin de semana?
Where are you going to take her this weekend?
Very, very good. Bueno, ya hemos terminado la lista y lo que vamos a hacer ahora es repasar los que eran un poco difíciles. ¿Cómo se dice algo que es difícil?
Tricky.
Tricky, yeah, the tricky sentences, okay? You ready?
Yes.
¿Trabaja en la misma empresa que tú?
Does she work in the same company as you?
Very good. Does she work in the same company as you? Very, very good. Okay, the next one. Are you ready?
Yes.
¿Tiene mucho dinero?
Does she have a lot of money or does she have much money?
Very good. She remembered both options. Does she have much money or does she have a lot of money? Very good. The next one, okay? ¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo?
Why does she come here so often?
Very good. Y come, como si fuera una A.
Why does she come here so often?
Very, very good. Okay. Los dos que eran muy difíciles. So very tricky. ¿Le gustas?
Does she like her?
No. Does she like
Me?
you?
Does she like me?
You. ¿Le
Does she
gusta?
like you?
Very good. Does she like you? Does she like you? Okay, the next one. ¿Te gusta ella?
Do you like her?
Very good. Do you like her? Okay, the next one. ¿Vas a casarte con ella?
Are you going to get married her?
Okay, get married es casarse, okay? Pero en general decimos, are you going to marry her? Casarse
Okay.
con alguien en general usamos el verbo marry directamente,
Okay.
okay? Pero yo me voy a casar, I'm getting married, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Pilar. And thank you at home, okay? Remember to study as much as possible. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay, another class. I'm a little tired now, but after this class I have to give the intermediate class and then I have to give the advanced class. Todo por la causa. It's all for the cause, and the cause is your English. Not maybe specifically your English. My cause is the English level in Spain. En lo que me queda de vida, and what I have for the rest of my life, I want to try to to increase the general level of English in this country. It's an interesting challenge, an impossible dream, but it's an interesting challenge, and it's a lot of fun. So the only thing I ask is that you help me in tu justa medida en hacer esto realidad, and to make this come true. Please help me.